Yeah. So when it comes to technical analysis, time frame correlation is very, very important. Time frame correlation is very important. You get it? So when you are doing your analysis, you have to first of all consider your sectional time frame, which is also what your directional time frame. Okay, that's your directional or sectional time frame. So with your sectional time frame, that's going to be the higher time frame. Okay, so you can pick it from either daily. Okay, daily, you check how the daily is doing. You check for me, I mostly stay at the H4 time frame. That's what it mostly works for me. So someone who can consider 1 hour time frame. In trading, you don't have like as a fixed way of doing things. Everything varies based on your experience level. So for me, the H4 works very well for me. So when you are deciding your directional time frame, this time frame is what is going to be your guide. Okay, this is what is going to guide you when you move towards your lower time frame. So this is going to give you the direction on what to do. Okay, this is going to give you a direction on what to do. So the H4 time frame is going to be, please a moment. All right. Yeah, so as I'm saying, you need to consider the sectional time frame. Okay, so you don't have to just jump into any time frame and you start executing from there. You need to make sure you are what basing your entry, okay, your confirmation from what you had from the higher time frame. That's the most important thing. So looking at this chart, okay, as I said, you need to first of all draw your lines to as well. So there were some opportunities over here, but I wasn't present. I was kind of outside. I came then, so but there was a news event too as well. There was a sell opportunity over here. This sell when price created this resistance over here, so there was a sell opportunity, but I wasn't present then. Okay, so let's look at the higher time frame. So, but as you've gotten your directional time frame, you need to make sure what you identify your levels. So the levels is going to be the levels where price is going to react on. You get it? Price is going to react on. So it's very important you identify your levels too as well. So moving to the monthly time frame, we start our top-down analysis. Okay. So after that, you analyze some currencies and see. But checking the fundamentals. So you see red folders throughout the session. So we are in NFP week. So as we started the session, I remember last Monday or Tuesday, I told you guys about that we need to be very careful because the week that we are in is not safe. It's not a safer week. Mostly NFP weeks are not mostly safer weeks. Okay, so you need to because prices, because you are going to be having a lot of, because we have a lot of news events. What happened most often is what price doesn't move you used to see. Okay, it doesn't move smoothly like that because of the news events and those economic data from experience. So when we started the week Tuesday, I told you people that NFP week we need to be very, very careful. Okay, so if you have noticed, lending session has been some ranging chubby market. Lending session hasn't been moving smoothly these days. It has been back and forth. You get it? So you need to be very careful when it comes to our execution. Patience is going to pay. Okay, patience pay if you are very patient. So looking at 115, you are going to be having Euro news. 145 to 132, you're having unemployment claims. Okay, so with what I told you or what I taught you during the training on how to interpret news events, how are you people going to interpret this news event? Who is here? Yeah. If you're part of the training, count me out. If you're part of the bootcamp, can you explain this thing? The unemployment claim. Do you have anyone who is here who is part of the bootcamp? Okay, so let's move on. Yeah, so unemployment claim, what we are expecting is 212, which is higher than what the previous number. So what you are expecting is what the dollar will keep on becoming weak. Okay, so maybe we can start seeing a rise in what we can start. Yeah. So if the dollar becomes strong, pairing it with gold, what are we expecting? We're expecting gold to be weak. Okay. So since the dollar keeps on since morning, it has become strong. Okay, so maybe you will still keep on seeing gold USD keeping on falling. You get it? Maybe you might see something of that sort. Okay, and from that too, we have this news event too as well. We have ECB press conference too. So this is just some press conference. So unless maybe they are done talking. Okay, so we have a lot of news events, so that's why I'm kind of relaxed. Okay, I want all this news. So from 2 p.m., I think we can be busy looking for opportunity. But before that, we have a lot of news. So let's wait for all this news to pass. Then what? We see if there will be an opportunity for us. Okay. So unemployment, they are still expecting the dollar to be okay. Unemployment claims is high. Okay. So if it is high, then the dollar will become weak. You get it. So maybe gold can rise. You can see some bullish moves in what? Gold. The way the day, what's the according to how the data is what being presented to us well. So maybe it's happen, but it's new, so anything can happen. Okay, anything can happen. So let's look at the technical analysis. So as I was explaining, you need to first of all what look at your directional bias. Okay, your directional bias. So first of all, you need to know the time frame you are going to be determining those things from there. Okay, you need to know the time frame you are going to be determining those things from there. So H4 time frame is going to be the time frame you are going to be looking for, the directional time frame. But before that, we need to identify the various observation levels. Okay, so the observation levels are the various support and resistance levels. Okay, so don't just wake up, just jump into the middle of any time frame. Okay, maybe the 30 minute, the 15 minutes, and you just execute from there. Know the directional time frame and execute from that time frame. That's the most important thing. Okay, know the directional time frame and execute from that time frame. Okay, so let's move to the monthly time frame and see if there's any support or resistance level. So up, okay, price is still moving up. So let's move to the weekly time frame. So when you move to the weekly time frame, since this candle has closed, okay, since this candle has closed, the previous bearish candle has closed. So yesterday, if people are not talking, so I don't know if you are still present over here. I would have brought yesterday's concept, what we learned. Okay, so yesterday we talk about candle exhaustion. So if you watch this candle, you notice that what this candle has what we had what buyers exhaustion. So buyers have lost control, and currently sellers are dominating the market at this point. Okay, so you can see it over here. This is what buyers exhaustion. So we have some key levels to over here. Okay, we have some key level over here. So the moment you see this long candle, okay, this long wick over here, it tells you that what buyers have lost control, or buyers have lost momentum. Okay, and sellers at this point are taking over the market. You get it. So you notice that the next candle to also follow. Yes, how the previous candle closed is very important when it comes to what when it comes to candles. How the size of the candle, the anatomy of the candle is very important. So if you read the anatomy of the candle, if you read this candle carefully, you notice that the candle close with a long wick. Okay, so all this one is exhaustion. As yesterday we explained, the market was moving up, up, up. And what happened? Sellers came in and drove price down. So it tells you what buyers have lost control. At this point in the market, sellers are having what? Sellers are what? Having a lot of what? We're having a lot of sellers in the market. So that's why we saw the next weekly candle started moving down. Okay. So it's very important you analyze what the previous candle is telling you. Okay, so when the market closed the past week, you need to analyze how the previous candle closed. You get it. So let's move to the daily time frame. So if price is moving down, it's going to gets rejected over here. We are going to see rejection at this point. Okay, so if you move to the daily time frame too as well, at the daily time frame, this is how it's looking like. So let's read the candles. It's very important we read the candles. If you watch this candle closed bearish. And what is happening comparing to the past candle? Looking at the past candle, we had equal highs and equal lows. Okay, so buyers can take over, sellers can take over too as well. You get it. By looking, you have a small body candle. So it tells you that what buyers have lost control and sellers are currently might take over the market. And looking at what is happening, the current candle, it has broken the previous candle high. So today we are going to learn about candle structure. So the current candle has broken the previous candle low. If you watch over here, it has broken the previous candle low. Okay, so if it has broken the previous candle low, what are you expecting? You're expecting it to keep on moving down to this point or this area. we're expecting price to keep on moving down towards this price or this level. Okay, so most often the daily time frame direction is not of much concern. Okay, so if you watch the candle, price currently pulled back over here and what made a move up. Okay, so we're expecting a continuation to this point. So at this point in the market, it's still an uptrend. It's still an uptrend. So let's move to the H4 time frame. Maybe if you can get. So this is the time frame that is of much concern. So looking at the H4 time frame, what's the trend? Okay, the trend is what? A downtrend. Price has broken this one, this highs or this lows over here. Okay, the moment this candle closed, it's pulled back over here. Okay, so this morning, as I was saying, this is where there was an entry. Okay, there was an entry over here. Price just made back and forth over here. Price has retested on this zone. You get it? Price rate tested on this zone. What are you expecting? Price has broken out, pullback. You're expecting a continuation of the trend to the next level, to this point. We're expecting a continuation to this point. So you see price rate tested the level exactly. You get it? Price rate tested the level, retested the level exactly. So at this point, you are waiting for the candle to close below this one and take advantage of what? This, how many pips? 1,357 pips. Okay, this is 1,357 pips. So we are waiting for this zone. So let's move to the lower time frames too as well. So when you get to the lower time frame, you will notice that if you watch this candle carefully, you notice that this candle closed with no wick. So the chances that price will come back, give us the wick. Okay, give us a wick, and what it will create some wick over here. If it's going to continue moving up, then it continue. If not, then it will still keep on following the trend, which is a downtrend. Okay, so we have another rejection to over here, another rejection level over there. You have another rejection. So at this point, what am I expecting? So these are the zones. So this zone has been filled. Okay, because of the news, price has just filled the zone. So if you move to the lower time frame, I'm very sure you'll get some setups. Okay, so a nice setup over here. Price broke, retested, and created this one. So if you move to the lower time frame, I'm very sure. But the candle open with no wick, and with the news event, it's not advisable to be executing on this ones. Okay, it's not advisable to be executing on this one. So at this point in the market, what I'm expecting, moving to the lower time frame, price is kind of moving up and down. So I'm looking for a sell. Okay, I'm looking for a sell. So with a sell, what I'm expecting is to wait for this candle to close. So if this candle close and the next candle maybe give us a wick like this with a small body, candle like this, then I'll be looking for what? A sell. Okay, maybe if I see something like this, then I'll be looking for what? A sell. That is what I'm expecting. Okay, if the candle close like this, then I'll be looking for a sell targeting this level. If it happens, price keeps on moving, I will leave some runners for what? For it to run for long. That's what I'm basically expecting. Okay, because all the time frames are pointing down. Looking at H4 is pointing down. The H4 time frame is what? Pointing down. The H4 time frame is pointing down. Moving to the H1 time frame. The H1 time frame is also what? Pointing down. Okay, the H1 time frame is also pointing down. The M30 time frame too is also what? A downtrend. So all the time frames are pointing down. So gold is not giving any sign of what? What do you call it? A sign of, it's not giving any bullish sign. Okay, but maybe since price has gotten to this one, a key level, maybe we can get a counter trend. Okay, price can just, because it has gotten to a key level, it has gotten to what? The peak. So it can just pull back, then it will continue. But I'm not interested in the buy. Okay, I'm not interested in the buy for now. It's not healthy. So you see what is happening over here. It's similar thing on the 15-minute time frame. With the volume time, you can take advantage of the sell too as well. So you see what happened over here. Example, you can get example. Let me see. Yeah, something like this. Price created a support. So if a support will be created, then we take advantage of the continuation of the move. So basically, that's what I'm expecting on gold. That's what I'm expecting on gold. Okay, if price will give us a support, this one is a nice break retest entry, but we had a news event. Okay, there was a lot of news, so let's wait for the news to pass. 1:45 to have a news. So within from 2 to 3, maybe there can be an opportunity. Today we have a lot of news event. Yeah, so since price has closed like this point can be a rejectional level. So let me see what Wanda chart is looking like. So it's also the same chart. It's also the same chart. It's also the same chart. So we have rejections over here. Yeah, so at this point, okay, let's focus on this one. At this point, as price is pulling back, okay, as price is pulling back, we can target it over here. Yeah, these are the various. You are still looking for a sub, this was a downtrend. I'm not interested in a buy for now because there's no sign of bullish moves. So price can get rejected over here. So this is what I'm going to be expecting. So it's either price. So what I'm expecting over here, if you don't see something of that sort, okay, if you don't see something of that sort here, then maybe I will expect price to come here, form similar thing, okay, form similar thing. Then we take the sell. So if you get a resistance, then you take advantage of what? We take advantage of the sell. So that's what I'm expecting on gold USD. That's what I'm expecting on gold USD. Okay, that's what I'm expecting on gold USD. So if price comes here, creates a support, then we take the sell. Or if it happens, price give us a support over here, then we take advantage of the sell. So let's see if something of that sort is going to happen. The 15-minute time frame is not giving any. This is where you would have gotten the opportunity, but I would not like. But let's see volume time so we can take the risks. So these are the things that I'm expecting. This is what I'm expecting. Yeah. Brandy, did you take the sell? Did you see the sell? Oh, it's not here. Okay. Yeah. So I know some people trade currency. So let's look at GBP USD too. So with GBP USD, okay, price has moved nicely. Wow. Nice opportunity. What time was that? Uh, nice opportunities over here. But lower time frame doesn't give. Yeah. So price has given nice opportunities. So there was a nice sell over here. A nice sell over here for GBP USD at the H1 time frame. There was a nice sell over there. Yeah, so it has already passed. So let's talk about the current market moves. So as I said, you have to do your top-down analysis, look at your various reactional levels on where price can retest or break out from. So you have a rejectional level over here. You have a rejectional level at this point. So looking at the daily, so price has currently hit on this level. Looking at the H4 time frame, yeah, so the H4 time frame trend is what? A downtrend. Okay, the H4 time frame trend is a downtrend. So taking, for me, I'll be looking for, as we are expecting on gold, same lower time frame break and retest. So as it happened over here, price has broken retest, but there was no entry. So at this point, I'm not interested in a buy. So if similar thing too is going to happen, okay, so this is the key level that price can retest on. So this is the level. Okay, so maybe I'm expecting price to what? Pull back on this one, then it will keep on moving down. That's what I'm expecting. I'm not interested in this, but even though price has gotten to the lowest level, okay, from based on this line that we had at the weekly time frame, price has gotten to the lowest level, okay, at the weekly time frame. By looking at H4 time frame, price is what? A downtrend. So what I'm expecting is what? I need the way it's pulled back over here with the time of the day. I need price to what? Create similar thing. The same thing that we're expecting on gold is what I'm expecting on what? Is what I'm expecting on. Let me see gold chart now. Yeah, so it's kind of, yeah. So it has, you see, the way what it has formed over here. At this point, we need a resistance to take a sell. Okay, we have some few seconds. If price creates a support like this, do something like this. Okay, I'm hoping it's not going to be fast. So if you get something like this, we can take a sell. Okay, you can take a sell. Then you target this one. So a similar thing I'm expecting on GBP USD. A similar thing I'm expecting on GBP. So gold might be fast because we have some news events. So maybe it's going to be fast. Yeah, so exactly what I'm expecting on what? GBP. So it's not necessarily it has to, price can just form a support at the 30 minutes. I mostly love the 30 minutes. Okay, if price forms a support at the 30 minutes time frame, it's also what? It's going to be a high probability trade setup because we are about to be ushered into the New York Stock Exchange session. So it's going to be a nice, okay. So you have this rejection over here. So that's what I'm expecting. So let's check USD card. So with USD card, let's check the various levels. Let me see if last time the analysis we did, What were we even expecting the other time? Okay, so let's check out the weekly. Let's check out the weekly time frame and see rejectional level. So we have a rejectional level over here. Okay, looking at the daily time frame. At the daily time frame, price is currently what? Rejecting on that weekly time frame we had. We have another rejectional level over here. Moving to the H4 time frame. So what's the H4 trend? Okay, what's the H4 trend? Let me see. The trend is what? An uptrend. The trend is what? An uptrend. So the chances that price can what? Retest over here and you get a continuation. So let's see if you can get a buy setup, a buy entry. The 30-minute, the H1 doesn't look good. Yeah. So when it happens like this, when I see something like this, I have to what? I would love to see market structure. Okay. At least I have to see some market structure. But we are in volume time, so price can be just be quick and move. And I'll be interested taking a buy. Okay, because if you look at the H1 time frame, the trend is what? A downtrend. If you look at the M30, the trend is also what? A downtrend. So we need to see a shift in trend, okay, for the buy. We need to see a shift in trend for the buy. So that's what I would love to see. So that's it for USD card. I would love to see what? A shift in trend before I go in forward the buy. So yeah, gold, the support hasn't been formed yet. The support hasn't been formed. So we have a rejections over here. Yeah, so if price will be able to break and close below this one, we can get a sell opportunity. How many pips? 155 pips sell opportunity. Okay, 155 sell opportunity. Brandon, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I was raising my hands.
I don't know unless you get accepted before you can speak.
Yeah,
Why today you are free?
and that kind of.
So how far this morning? You got a
No,
trade during the Asian session.
no, the move was bad.
This week hasn't been smooth.
Uh,
The market learning session hasn't been smooth. This morning there was a sell over here, but it wasn't clean. There was a sell. If you look at the H4 time frame, this one created this support over here. So later this one made a pullback over here. It was a small range.
yeah, it's true.
This one. So what are you expecting this afternoon?
I was expecting a sell, but because of the news, I'm kind of relaxed because 1:45 there is news, 3 o'clock there is news. So One of the last.
Yeah. So
I'm
maybe
just observing for.
2:30. If I get opportunity, I will execute.
Okay, okay. And by
Because
then
this
there is more volatility. Eh?
2:15, that's the New York Stock Exchange session open. This news
Okay.
is not going to be of high impact, even though
Okay.
it's red. So if this one is going to create, nah, 145 is not safe. If this one is going to give us a support, let's sell. But 145, 145. So we have like 7 minutes. So to fill this week,
Like to be a sharp one.
yeah. By the time 145, if it were to be 2 p.m., if it were to be 2 p.m., I'll be glad.
Serious. That's the amount.
So let's see if the resistance is going to form. Because they looking at the H4, they are all what, bearish candles, and the trend is a downtrend. So you have like 5 minutes. You have like 5 minutes. It might be fast. Yeah, afternoon.
It's going.
So the thing has moved.
It is gone.
The thing has moved for us.
Joshua.
95 pips. So now gold is
Good
friendly now.
movement. Very friendly. Have a good movement and forget to hey, rally.
If it's most in your favor.
And when it moves against you,
If it goes
wahala.
if it moves against you, then if it moves against you, with this entry type, I'm kind of considering the break, the break and retest entry type. It's kind of, it's not working more for me on gold.
Yeah.
The break and retest,
Is it on the higher time frame or the lower time frame?
the lower time frame, it mostly fails.
The other one is true.
Like this one, I don't know, because of this resistance level. Have you seen that entry type I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. I don't know. So maybe I'll be waiting for maybe 15 minutes to break above. When it happens like that, it's kind of, you notice that it will break and it will come back because of this resistance. So my trade types entry model is the breakouts on, then I'll take the continuation. Then I'll take the continuation or retest. Break, retest, come to the side like this one. If you get a bearish candle like this,
Mm-hmm.
like exactly what I was expecting on the current move, then I'll take the continuation. Then I'll take the continuation of the move to this side. So this is my high probability entry models. These are the things. So this one is the same thing as what has happened. So you see, it has played out, but we didn't get entry. Okay, I was
Yeah.
waiting for it to close before you move in, but it just moved fast. Okay, so we don't trade direction; we trade confirmations. So so let's see GBP USD if it's happened.
Uh,
So this is what I was expecting on GBP. So as I told you, it can just retest in the middle of the range and it will keep on moving down. But gold has happened, but we didn't get entry. We didn't get entry. It's happened, we didn't get entry. So you're still going to be waiting for the same thing. Okay. Either price move down again, give us a resistance. By 3 p.m. I'll just be off because there are a lot of news events. So that's what I'm expecting. So price just moved before us. No entry. No entry. So this one, what is currently happening is what? A breakout. So this is the breakout entry I was talking about. This is the breakout entry I was talking about. But before you take a breakout, you need to make sure price has pulled back. Okay, price has pulled back like a significant pullback. Yeah, it's a significant pullback. Price is close. So this is the target. Yeah, so let's wait for the news to. What news again do you have? 145. You have Euro news. So the today is not healthy at all. A lot of news events. So after 2 p.m., you will see if price will give us opportunity. We will see if price will give us opportunity. So let me see USD card. So as I said, I'm waiting for, you have to wait for market structure. Okay, market structure before you look for a buy point. After price has broken below this level, you can get opportunity for a sell. So if you get the same thing, what I illustrated over here that played out, if you get the same thing, okay, if you get the same thing at 2 p.m., 2:15, 2:30, we can be taking advantage of them. If price give us a support, then we can be looking for opportunity. Yeah, so let's see Euro USD. So Euro USD and GBP USD move this similar. They have similar moves. So moving to the higher time frame. Okay, you need to move to the higher time frame. So moving to the higher time frame, this is the rejection. We have another rejection. So time frame, what's the trend? So then this was down. This has formed a resistance level over there. Each one at 30. So same thing that is happening. This is the opposite that's happening on using card. It's opposite of what the price has created this resistance over here. Okay, so you're expecting a continuation of the trend. So when it happens like that, you just have to wait for a shift in trend, okay, for the continuation of the bearish move. So what I'll be expecting is maybe a market structure. So let's see if 15-minute time frame will give us a structure. So it's also not giving a structure. So I would love to see a market structure, okay, before I'll go in for a sell. That's what I would love to see. Okay, that's what I would love to see on Euro USD. So the buy opportunity, the ranges are even, you have a lot of ranges over here. A lot of ranges. So the sell makes sense. Okay, if price creates a market structure, the lower lows, lower high, lower low, then we take the continuation of the move. So let's watch gold and see if the resistance is going to form. So after 2 p.m., if the resistance is going to form, so let's wait in the next 8 minutes. In the next 8 minutes, so this morning, those who were looking for a buy, the structure was hot, even though this kind of closed bullish, but price got to the hot rejectional level by here. price got to the rejectional level over here. So price just did break, retest, break, retest. What are you expecting? Continuation. You see how the market trends. So this is the trend of the market. Break, retest, break, retest, break. Okay. So this is how it goes. So you need to look for entry at this spot. This is the spot you need to look for entry. Okay. This is the spot you need to look for entry. So you see, there was a nice opportunity over here. This trend, I didn't see it early. It was around 9, and I was kind of, yeah, this was a nice opportunity. So you see, when price got here, if you look at the H1 time frame, price has pulled back over here, created this resistance over here. Okay, so this will be the sell. So after the break over here, this looks good for a sell at the H1 time frame. So the reason why I'm not waiting for a shift in trend or a market structure shift is because the H1 time frame is what? Already a downtrend. Price just broke out, pull back over here, then continuation. So with this one, H1 is given an opportunity. If you look at the M32 price has broken, just making lows and high, not lower low, just making highs and lows. Okay, what are you expecting? A continuation to the next target. So similar thing over here. Price created this resistance over here, continuation. You see how market structure works. So if you move to the M15 time frame, similar thing I'm expecting over here. So the way this one it just moved before us, we are waiting for this one to what? If it happens, it's going to do the same thing. So let's see if similar thing. So in the next 5 minutes, if you don't get anything of that sort, okay. So we have like for 4 minutes for the 15-minute time frame candle to close. So let me see Nasdaq. So Nasdaq, looking at left. So we have this rejection over here. So price is currently on this rejection. So if it happens, it breaks below this one. Okay, it has broken. The lower time frame has broken. Okay. So we have rejection over here. This is a rejection level. So if it happens, price break below. If price can break below, if you can see something like this on Nasdaq with the New York Stock Exchange section, it won't be bad. You get it? It won't be bad. So price is currently on this resistance. So if this one close below, Nasdaq can look good for a sell. Okay. So there was an opportunity even over here at 12:30. There was an opportunity over here, but the range was very small. The range was small. The range was small. So this is the opportunity. If it happens, price break below. Looking left, do you have any rejectional level to our left? Yeah, you don't have any rejectional level. So the next rejectional level is going to be around this side. Yeah, so we have some clean tradable opportunity to this side. That's not bad. So we have like 2 minutes. Check out some gold. Goldie. So what I'm expecting of gold is not happening. Gold is having a lot of dirty ranges. So you have a lot of dirty ranges, which is not looking good. So yeah, so I think the best place to take a sell is at this point, or unless maybe we get a break and a pullback. Okay, unless you get break and pullback before. Let's watch Nasdaq. Let's see BTC. So Bitcoin keeps on dumping. So it's all about waiting for what you are familiar with. That's the most important. So we are heading towards a very serious times, which is the volume time. You're heading towards serious times. So what I'm expecting never happened. I was expecting a pullback, which never happened. So price is kind of breaking below the zone. So the first thing that I was expecting, price just moved fast before us. Okay, price just moved fast before us. So let's see. So price never broke. See, it keeps on getting rejected. Wow, crazy times. So as I said, you are in crazy times. So if 230 close below this one, you can get a continuation of the move. So now it's like I'm seeing price repeating itself every day. So yeah, I'm seeing price repeating, doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So you see, that's the advantage of repetition. So if I predict and price is doing exactly what it's because I've been doing it for every day. I wake up to do it every day, either good or bad. I wake up to do it every day, good or bad. I wake up to do it. So I'm kind of seeing the similarities, seeing how the markets mostly react. You get it? Seeing how the markets mostly react. So this morning, as you people were looking for buy, I was looking for a sell because the directional time frame are all hot, bearish. Pattern is bearish, candle is bearish. There's no way I have to look for a buy unless maybe I see a shift. I see a shift. So an opportunity over here. Okay, and an opportunity. There was an opportunity. This was the opportunity, but it aligns. It's the setup aligned with odds these times, which was very bad. So a lot of news events. As we started the week, I said NFP weeks are very bad weeks. Lot of up and down. So the whole of this week, the only time that mostly the big moves have been happening during the during the Asian session. That's when price has been trending well, but lending has been rough. To be frank, lending. It was only that day. That was Tuesday. That is when we got some straight move. Wednesday, I had this thing live session with them. We were looking for a buy over here. See the whole of Wednesday lending session. See what happened. Tuesday was clean. Tuesday, this was the move you took advantage. Like we talk about it, but the week I was expecting, I did. It was like 200 pips move. Yeah, close to 300 pip move. I didn't take it. Wednesday we came again during the lending session. What happened? You were looking forward to take a buy, but price just made up and back and forth with no wicks. The whole of the lending session during that time, it was just consolidating, and price took off during the New York Stock Exchange session. This is when it took off. And today too, during the lending session, the time that you mostly expect price to move, this is what happened. And this is Wednesday. So this is what the effect of NFP. And this is New York. And this one too was Asian session. Yeah. So you mostly see big moves. Lending has been slow. It was Monday that it's trended markets open. It trended very well. But see Wednesday, chubby, Thursday. So let's see Friday, tomorrow. Yeah, so the gold price is kind of in a range. It's in a range. So at this point, maybe is anyone having a question? Is anyone having a question? Do you understand the analysis that I did? So yeah, so price is in a range. Okay, so at this point where I will be looking for a sell. If it happens, price come back. If it comes back to this point, if price comes back to this point, like what I was saying with a 50-minute time frame that it's moved before us, if it happens, price comes back and what moved, I will be glad to take what a sell. Or if you see, because currently we are heading towards volume time, okay, and the way the 50 minutes, the way it's looking like, it's not looking good at all, okay. Or maybe, yeah, if H12 pulls back, it's going to take a long time. Or if I'm going to take what I spoke about is what break pullback or break and retest. This is a break and retest form of entry to take. And the breakouts, where I'll be looking for a breakout is when price has broken below this one, like what I was talking about on Nasdaq. So you see, Nasdaq got rejected exactly at the level I was talking about. So if it breaks out, that's where I will be looking for a break. This thing. That's where I will be looking for a breakout. So the breakout, I'll be looking for it at this point because this area is not looking good. This area is not looking good. So this is where I will be looking for a breakout. The zone is not looking good at all. So let's see. Let's wait for this one to close. Okay. Yeah, so the breakout, this way I'll be looking to take the breakouts. So I'm watching now, like gold is currently a mess. Price action on gold is not good at all. So let's watch Nasdaq. This NFP week has been slow. Yeah, so I'm waiting for the next 15 minutes. If I don't see anything promising, I'll just be off. We have like 4 minutes. Okay, so 232, we are expecting like high volume. You are expecting high volume, like big moves in the market. So let's see if something of that sort is going to happen. Price action is not looking clean at all. So last time during the New York session, this move was very small. The zone was very small. The zone was very small. And price just took off. Boom. This was during the Asian session. Yeah, during the Asian session. I was asleep then. And this was landing today in New York. So you see, the day that landing trended, New York was also what? Moving slow. So I think Let me see Nasdaq. So if it happens it's closed below, the chances of price getting to, is it 140 pips? Sorry, pip range for 144 pips or 1000 pips. If it happens it's closed below, or Nasdaq, I have to start watching. It's like I'm not watching Nasdaq anymore. I need to start watching it. I used to watch it, but gold took over. Yeah, so the way gold price, the way the candle is closing is not. Let me check the currencies that we spoke about. USD card. Yeah, so the market, you need to wait for market, or if not, H4 close. You have like 3 hours for this one to close. If it's closed below with a correct pullback, price can come to this level. That's USD card. Yeah, so gold is ranging. Gold is ranging. So with Nasdaq, if the next 15-minute candle close below of the move, currently, okay, I'm seeing some. So 215. So we are heading towards volume time. So 215, we might see some big moves. Can it break below? Okay, so if by we have an upcoming news to at 3 p.m. guys. So this week is not like the price action on gold is not looking good at all. Okay, this session price action on gold is not looking. So you see, it has been rejected exactly at the level. You get it? It has been rejected. So if it happens 230, price in the next 40-minute price close below this one, then before the news event, it can take a sell 276 pips. We can take a sell. But the news event, that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, so as I'm saying, okay, all this area is what? No trade zone. No trade zone. So if it's closed below, you can get a continuation of the move to this side. Okay, you can get a continuation of the move to this side. So you can take note of that. Okay, you can take note of that. If it's closed below, you can get the continuation to this side. Okay, any question? This is the price action, what I'm expecting on gold. Any question? Okay, so Nasdaq, the candle is trying to break below. So you have 13 minutes. So in the next 30 minutes, if price happens, it breaks below, it will be a good sell on Nasdaq. Sorry. So price is being rejected at the level. Okay. Any question? Okay, someone has raised up his hand. Madam Felicia, main. Any question? You've raised up your hand.
Oh no, maybe I pressed it by mistake. I just joined, so I don't even know.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So Nasdaq is trying to break. Is it going to be too fast? So looking at your left, clean price action to your left. So New York Stock Exchange session is bringing in some volume. Okay, Nasdaq has been rejected again. So you see the reason why. So sometimes you don't have to feel for more of saying, "Oh, the level will be broken." You need to wait patiently for the level to be broken. So imagine, or maybe I'm saying because you are in volume time, so price is going to break below. Then you take an impulsive trade. You see the chances of you not becoming profitable. You need to trade at levels where there's no ranges. You see how gold is struggle. You don't know the chances of gold breaking is very low. Okay, so you have to always make sure you free yourself with your trades that you take. Okay, you free yourself with the trades that you take. If price is approaching a rejectional level, you hop off. Okay, guys, I think I've kept long over here. I'm tired. Yeah, so what I'm saying, the idea for gold, we are having an upcoming news too. So 3 p.m. you have news, you red folder. 5:25 to have red folder. So today is not a good day for during the New York session, especially. So if it happens this 2:30 candle, which you have like 9 minutes, it happens it closed below this level, then you can look forward for a sell. So with my entry models, if price close below and it has not been extended, what I will do is what? I'll wait for price to what break the low. If it takes the low, then it's signal, okay, that price will keep on moving down to the next target. But you see, as price got to this level, what's happening currently? It's being rejected. So it's very important you pay attention to the levels. So that's what I'm going to give it to you. But Nasdaq is looking good. Let me see the H4. It's been a while I traded it. H4 is cool. Let me check the high time frame. So monthly is cool, weekly too is clean. So you have this level over here. It's clean. H4, H4 too is clean. H1, very clean. H1 M30. Yeah, so the chances in the next 7 minutes, the chances that if this one close, a pullback and price keeping on moving down is very high. But we have news at 3. Let's see, good. Yeah, so it's good, looks like it can break. So it has currently got into a wall. So that's why it's struggling. Okay, it has got into a wall. So before it will break through the wall on high selling pressure, before price will be able to break through the wall. That's why it's kept on. So you see, the Tuesday trade that we discussed, you see price moved very fast to the next level. Where was it? Price moved very fast to the next level because when it got to the block, when it got to the wall, you see what happened? Price got rejected, came back again. So you don't want to be in this situation, okay, where price got to the wall and you are still in the trade. That's not what you have to be looking forward for. You need to always make sure you enter when it is free. So price broke out from changes to line charts. So there was a level over here. So I think the trade was announced. Okay, yeah, this is where you are talking about the trade. You get it. This is where you were talking about the trade. So you see, as it got to the wall, what's happening? It's currently struggling to break out. Unless maybe we have high momentum before it will break. But Nasdaq look promising. Nasdaq, if it happens, it breaks below. Price wick down. Then we get the extension of the sell to the next target. So you see this point to price is struggling to break this wall. So let's see if in the next 4 minutes it's going to break. Gold has been rejected. So if you entered impulsively, you see now you are hot. See, it has been rejected by the level. So you don't have to, sometimes with the level, you can easily get to know that if price is going to range, price is going to trend very well. It's easily for you to see. It will be hot by now. So the zones can easily help you to know. So Nasdaq might hook me here. So you have like 4 minutes. So you are heading towards high volume time. Okay. So if it happens, it breaks below, the chances that Nasdaq will keep on moving down is very high. Let's wait and see what's going to happen. So when trading is the same as sales. It's similar to sales. So sometimes the markets will be rough. It will not be good. Sometimes too, it will be good. You come, you get your 9 set up, you trade it, you bounce. Sometimes too, it will be Ranging. Like 2 minutes. Two minutes more. Let's see, gold. Gold has fallen off. Wow. What did we just see? Just just few seconds to the 30-minute candle to close. It just went back. Just went back. So if it happens, it's closed below, then it can be a nice sell opportunity. So can this few seconds do some wonders? 50 seconds more. So if you want to know where the candle that's when the time the candle will close, you watch it over here. So this is where the time is. 40 seconds, 38 seconds, 30 seconds. Can you see wonders? Price closing below. So you see how the level is. So it's very, very important you pay attention to the zones. Okay. Sometimes you might be getting wins, avoiding them, but we are talking about the sustainability. 5 seconds more for par. So it's never closed below. So unless the candle close below, so this candle, this move, we call it FOMO. It's fake out move. Don't fall for this thing, because the reason why it's moving fast is because of the time. So don't fall. We're having a lot of red flags on this candle that it is not advisable to take a sell. One, the candle never wake down, just straight sell. You get it? Just straight sell. Two, the previous candle never closed below the zone. So a lot of red flags on this move. So if you see a red flag, what do you do? You just stay away. Stay out. So don't fall for this. Okay. I know if you are a beginner, if you have not seen the moves a lot, you will fall for this move. Don't fall for it. No matter how it's moved, it's not sustainable, it's not reliable. So don't fall for it. So none of the setup will work. Okay. At this long, I didn't see what I want to see. So guys, see those in this okay candlestick structure. A DeFi trend that is going to move do this. So this is why this is moving is because the 280 is so it's just below it that probably stuff. But I wouldn't have because of how they can do. So you see exactly as planned, but a lot of red flags surrounding the move. Okay, guys, this thing. See you all in the evening, especially to the bootcamp people. Bye bye to everyone. Thank you all too for joining.